Hello folks, this is Dave over at Vintage Dave T channel responding to Brian at Hodges 1455 where he requested that we do a video spotlighting a good hitting pitcher. And not certain why I knew this, but I knew Terry Forrester was a great hitting pitcher. He had a lifetime batting average of .397 and an on base of .413 in 16 seasons, and that was with somewhere between 80 and 90 at bats, if I recall. So not really a fluke that he hit that well. I don't have a card of Terry. I have some of Warren Spahn, who I knew hit a lot of home runs, and he had, in fact, 35 lifetime home runs, hit .194, decent for a pitcher, in 21 seasons. I could also spotlight Sandy Koufax as the antithesis of a good hitting pitcher. Sandy had a batting average lifetime of .097. I remember once watching the game of the week as a boy and saw Sandy hit a ball through the right side. The right fielder came up, maybe playing up a little bit for Sandy, and threw Sandy out at first base. I'm sure Sandy was surprised that he had made good contact and hit the ball in the outfield, and just was thrown out. It was relatively humorous at the time for the announcers. Surprisingly, Sandy hit 2 lifetime home runs as well, though. So I looked up who hit the most home runs in their lifetime as a pitcher, and I didn't know it before, but I have a couple cards of this guy, and I'm talking about Wes Ferrell. Wes had 38 lifetime home runs, 37 as a pitcher, 1 as a pinch hitter, because he was such a good hitter. This is a 1934 batter up card, and I picked this up because I collect brothers that played in the major leagues, and so little did I know when I started this project there were actually hundreds of brother that played in the major leagues, and just like to maybe highlight Wes just a second here. Just for a time frame, Wes was born in 1908 in Greensboro, North Carolina, one of 5 brothers, and he had a brother who played in the major leagues, and that is Rick Ferrell. Rick was a catcher, and this is his 1934-1936 Diamond Stars card, and Rick actually was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, as I'll discuss briefly in a minute. Wes was a decent pitcher too. He had a .404 lifetime ERA, which in today's statistic comparison doesn't sound that great. However, in comparison with his peers, he had a .116 ERA plus. Back in those days, they tended to just use pitchers, and they pitched many complete games. And there was a series of 9 years in a row that Wes averaged 266 innings pitched. That was from 1929-1937. And in 3 of those years consecutively, he led the league in innings pitched, averaging over 301 innings per season during that time. He actually had developed arm problems, and not surprisingly. Fact is, there's one story of him doing a complete game, and then 2 days later they called him into relief, and he pitched another 11 innings in that game. So developed arm problems, and some think that's why he became sort of a grumpy, angry man. Not very much fun to be around. I'm certain managers didn't like him, and so he was kind of cantankerous. But because of being traded a few times, he actually played with his brother Rick for a few seasons, some with the Red Sox and at least one with the Washington Senators. This is a 1935 Gowdy card of Red Sox players. You see Wes in the lower left and Rick in the upper right. I'd like to use this card as a backdrop to kind of compare hitting statistics for Wes and Rick, the Hall of Famer. Like I indicated before, Wes had a lifetime home runs of 38, and Rick, a lifetime home run total of 28. And that is even though Rick had about 5 times more at bats than Wes did. Wes had a lifetime batting average of 280, Rick's 281. Wes's lifetime OPS plus was 100, so that was pretty much, he was pretty much an average hitter for his day. So for being a full-time pitcher and a hitter, I think that kind of approaches rivaling Shohei Ohtani in some respects, if you'll allow me that. And Rick's lifetime OPS plus was 95. He must have been a really great catcher because as a Hall of Famer, it doesn't make much sense. And so consequently, you might imagine that Rick would have a higher WAR. No, not really. Rick's lifetime WAR was 31 and Wes's was 60. Fact is, in 1935, I believe it was, that that Wes was actually second in the voting for the AL MVP with a WAR of 10.6 that year. In comparison, the winner, Hank Greenberg, had a 7.5 WAR, Lou Gehrig 8.4, Charlie Gehringer 8.6, Lefty Grove 8.8, Jimmy Fox 8. So you can see that as a pitcher and a good hitter, he accumulated some good WAR statistics. Anyway, that is my highlight today, Wes Ferrell. And here another brother card, Wes and his brother Rick on the Red Sox. Hope that works for you. Have a good one. Take care now. Bye.